am from Shri Shivaji Vidya Mandir, Amt. So today we will learn muscular tissue. This muscular tissue is a subtopic of animal tissue. We have already seen that the animal tissue, and in that animal tissue we have already seen the different types of tissues. And today we will go through muscular tissue. Muscular tissue have three types. First is the skeletal muscles, second is the smooth muscle, and third is the cardiac muscle. So first we will see the skeletal muscle. This is the skeletal muscle. You can see here, this is the diagram of a skeletal muscles. You can see in this diagram there is some straight lines are present and some zigzag lines are present, or some different types of lines are present. So these different types of lines is called as a striations. That's why this skeletal muscle is also called as a striated muscle, because this structure is called as striations. And in the middle of these striations or these muscles tissues, there is a nucleus is present. You can see here there is a cavity-like structure in the lines. This one, and this one. These all are the nucleus. So basically, this skeletal muscles is always attached to the bones, and it get wrapped by the connective tissue. Connective tissue means these connective tissues get connected by each other, and it will be wrapped by these muscles. So in these skeletal muscles there is a three types of bands. First is the A band, second is the H band, third is the M band, and not M band, it will be also called as M line, and last is the A band. So basic thing I will tell you, in the skeletal muscle there is a sarcoplasm and sarcolemma. So sarcolemma will be the cell membrane, that means the membrane of these muscles will called as a sarcolemma, and in that there is a fluid-like structure will called as a sarcoplasm. So there is a dark band and there is a light band are present, and in there is a sarcomere are present, and each sarcomere will have a dark band. You can see this is the dark band and you can see this is the light band. This structure will called as a dark band and this straight line will light band. So this dark band will be a anisotropic, so it will called as a band. Another is the H band. There will be a light area, that means the light band will the H band, and it is called as a Hansen's zone. Third is the M line. So there is a Hansen's zone, and at the center of this Hansen's zone there is a M line. That means this middle line will called as a M line. And there is a I band also present. It is also called as a isotropic band. It will be present on the one side of this A band. And there is also Z line. Z line will called as a adjacent line. That means adjacent side of this light band will present the Z line, and Z line is called as a Schwann-Skrief line. So there is a myosin and actin are present. We already know the myosin and actin. So these are filaments of a dark color and light colored. And this A band will made up of actin, and myosin is present in the dark and thick color. And this skeletal muscle has a various functions. functions, it will show the quick and strong contractions, and it also brings the movements which is very instant movements. So it is called as a skeletal muscle. Second is the smooth or non-striated muscle. So first we have seen the skeletal muscle, and this skeletal muscles is also called as a striated muscles. Vice versa, this muscles is called as a non-striated muscle and also called as a smooth muscles. So basically these muscles is present in the form of a sheets or a layers. That means it will present above the or outside of the bone, and it will in the form of a sheets. And you can see this is the structure of the smooth muscles, and this is the spindle shape muscles. It will have a plasma membrane, it's also called as a sarcolemma. It will have a nucleus, and outer covering of nucleus will be sarcoplasm. That means a fluid, liquid like fluid or a semi-fluid. And here will be a myofibrils. Myofibrils is the just a filaments. That is the muscles fibers. And this sarcoplasm contains the myofibrils. That is the myosins. These myofibrils are made up of actin and myosin. So it is called as a myofibrils. And here striations are absent. So that's why it is called as a non-striated muscles. But these muscles show the very slow involuntary contractions, and that's why it is inverted by the autonomous nervous system. And these striated muscles found in the blood vessels. That's why it is called as a visceral muscles, and that's why it don't have a striations. Third is the cardiac muscle. You can see this is the diagram of a cardiac muscle, and you can see there is a striations also present and non-striations also present, nucleus also present, and junction between adjacent cells also present. First of all, you can see there is a nucleus, but this nucleus is not only one, this is the multinucleus. So in the cardiac muscle there is a uninucleate also as well as multinucleates also present, and this cardiac muscle shows striated and non-striated type. So it is also called as a non-striated muscles and also striated muscle. So it is the muscles of a heart muscle. So it is called as a cardiac muscles. And you can see this is the junction between adjacent cells. That means it will show the branches at the tissue, and it will get joined together. That's why it is also called as a junctions of the adjacent cells. And this will form a by transverse thickening of a sarcolemma. Sarcolemma, that means it is the cell membrane, and sarcoplasm is the cytoplasm, and it also called as a interconnected disc. That means this junction will form a disc-like structure, and this will called as an interconnected disc. And these junctions function as a contraction of a muscles. That's why these cardiac muscle get contracted because of these junctions. So it will show the involuntary contractions. Mostly these striated muscles, that means this striated type of a muscle will show the contractions, that is the involuntary contractions, and this cardiac muscle will always present in the heart. These cardiac muscles form the myocardial today we have seen the three types of the muscular tissue. First is the skeletal muscle, and this skeletal muscles is also called as a striated muscle. Second is the smooth muscles. It is also called as a non-striated muscles. And third is the cardiac muscle. In next lecture, we will see the nervous tissue.